Commissioner Volpe, Commissioner Clark.
Here.
Commissioner Wulowski.
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Caird.
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Coviello. Alternate Commissioner Coles.
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Santager. Salka. Vice Chair Salka.
Here.
And Chair Hammersley.
Is here. I did hear from Commissioner Volpe and Coviello. Neither of them are going to be able to make it tonight, and to replace or to sit in for Commissioner Volpe, we'll see Caleb on that one. If we can all, and we have a quorum, if we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And all stand for a moment of silent reflection, please. All right, thanks. Item number 6 on our agenda, a motion to approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting on August 16th, 2022.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, subcommittee reports. Anyone have anything to report on this? Seeing none, we have no public hearing, so moving on to item number 9A, mandatory 824 referral. The town council at its meeting of August 15th, 2022 approved the referral of an 824 to purchase 425 Birch Street rear, 2.97 acres, and 429 Birch Street, 3.14 acres for $350,000 for open space, MR 566. Commissioner Salka.
Just, as you know, it's on Birch Street. It's right next to Pathorn Park. It's a 2 lots, an outstanding piece of property. And, the price is the assessed value, so it's not like we're overpaying for this piece of property. I just recommend approval of this 824.
Okay, is that a motion?
Yes, sir.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion on this? Nothing? Can we get a roll call then?
Commissioner Tedesco.
Yes.
Commissioner Clark.
Yes.
Commissioner Wulowski.
Yes.
Alternate Commissioner Cole.
Yes.
Commissioner Santago.
Yes.
Vice Chair Salka.
Yes.
Chair Hammersley.
Is yes, 7-0, motion passes. Item 9B, Robin Ludick LLC, site plan application for a proposed 7,800 square foot storage facility property located at 99 Smerin Drive, zoned I2, SPR 1843. This was tabled from our last meeting because we were waiting for wetlands and I think fire to weigh in on this. But with that, Mr. Bravino, go ahead and show us what you got.
Mr. Chairman, Commission members, Seth Bovino, planner with Kratzer Jones, represented the applicant. There was no wetlands approval required on this parcel. However, we were waiting for the fire department, which reviewed the plan. I placed a note on the lower side of the plan here indicating in what instances the sprinklers would be required, and they were okay with that. So the map is revised to show that. And also, we were looking for sidewalk waivers along Smoran Drive. The section under which we are asking to have a waiver is section 9-3.9, where it says in I2 zone, sidewalks are optional, and section 4-OC.4B. The installation of sidewalks will be of little or no use for pedestrian traffic. This property is right up 84. There's probably 1,000 feet to Spring Street. No sidewalks on either side, and no sidewalks on the entire length of Spring Street, all the way to BJ.
Okay.
If commission could entertain that, I appreciate it.
Okay. Anything further, Seth?
No.
I'll just point out on the sidewalk thing, I did have a conversation earlier with the town planner, Peter, and I think that we spoke to our consultant about this. There is a conflict in the regs on whether sidewalks are required here or not. Barry Allen can fill you in later on, but I'm not going to waste everyone's time here talking about it. So first we have a request for a sidewalk waiver on this piece of property. Is there any discussion on that? Any questions of the applicant there? Seeing none, can we, oh,
I just wanted to confirm, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Seth, I just wanted to confirm the proposed detention basin, that's outside the front yard, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
yeah, no problem, Jim. Any discussion on that? Do we have a motion for a sidewalk waiver here?
There aren't any sidewalks approaching the,
Is that a motion?
waiver.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, I'll just say that typically I don't approve sidewalk waivers, so if I vote no, it's not a reflection necessarily on this, it's just something that I do, personal thing for me, so, and Mr. Grupo?
Sorry.
Nothing, something else?
The property to the north is also going to be developed in the future. It's my understanding there's a 200,000 square foot building that's being proposed. Mark Lovely was going to bring that in, but he's since sold the property. So I'm just assuming, and staff's going to see an application in the future, so just want to keep that in mind. That's a pretty good sized building to the north there that they're proposing.
And this is adjacent to where the trails, rails to trails is gonna be. I mean, that's right along that area on the north, or the west side of the property.
No, this is at the end of Smyrna Drive, where the existing Flynn, the old Flynn Moving Company relocated. No, there's no rail to trail in this area. The rail to trail runs along the railroad north by BJ,
Yeah.
and then when it gets to Aircraft Road, swings to the west at this
Okay,
point. That was
okay,
the plan.
Okay, my mistake. So, Peter, did you have something?
No, the only thing that just, while I respect Mr. Grappone, it's still, we have to be, each application is individual. And we can't let any other thing that happened previously or may happen in the future influence anything. So that can't be of consideration. And so it's just by virtue of what this is. And since there's no, as you say, it's not a residential, it's I2. And since it's not anywhere else, I'm with the chairman in regards to how I usually am on sidewalks, but in this particular case, I don't really have any issue with it.
Yeah. Okay, is there any further discussion on a sidewalk waiver, motion for a sidewalk waiver? Want to call a roll, Mariella?
Commissioner Tedesco?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark?
Yes.
Commissioner Walowski?
Yes.
Alternate Commissioner Coles?
No.
Commissioner Santiago?
Yes.
Vice Chair Salka?
Yes.
Chair Hammersley?
Hammersley's a no, motion passes 5-2, sorry. And now we have we need a motion on the overall application. So, do you have anything to add, Sev, or
If any of the commissioners have any questions,
Yeah.
the commissioners that were not here, it's an industrial piece of property served by public water. Private well and private SEP system at this time. We received approval from both. It's a storage facility. We provided parking for employees, parking for trucks. Their trucks, they park overnight sometime, and some storage area to the west. It's surrounded by industrial zone, and it's along 84.
Okay,
The desire was achieved, and the open green space was achieved, and all the appropriate notes and details are on the plan.
okay, thanks, Sev. Is staff satisfied that it's ready for action?
Yes, ready for
Everything's
action.
ready? Any comments, questions?
So I just had, Mr. Chair, I just had one question. The health department letter just talked about the existing any existing septic system found on the property. So this is a separate property from the existing structure, and so there's going to be no toilet facilities in the storage building.
There'll be a toilet facility in the office space in the front. That's why we're showing a SEP system on the site. Yeah.
So, but currently there's nothing there.
Nothing there.
Gotcha.
It's an open piece of land.
Thank you for the clarification.
You all set?
Yep.
Anything else from any members of the commission? Seeing none, can we get a motion on this?
Mr. Chair, make a motion, we approve SPR 1843.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Caleb, was that you? Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Mary Ellen, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Tedesco?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark?
Yes.
Commissioner Walke?
Yes.
Alternate Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago?
Yes.
Vice Chair Salka?
Yes.
Chair Hammersley?
Hammersley's a yes, motion passes. Zero. Congratulations. Item 9C, LePage Homes, Inc., subdivision application for a 12-lot subdivision located at 347, 349, 389 Marion Avenue, zoned in an R2025 I/I1. I think we're looking for a table on this. We're still waiting for wetlands to weigh in.
It's still in wetlands,
Yeah.
correct?
And I think we're waiting for them to get back to your comments, Mary Ellen.
Yeah, I don't even think we've all commented yet.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so can we get a motion to table this item?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
A motion, do I have a second?
Second.
And a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 9D, Beth Smedic subdivision application for a one-lot re-subdivision. This is a request for a 90-day extension, property located at 126 Williamsburg Drive in an R40 zone S1335. We're just looking for a 90-day extension. So can we get a motion on granting that, or?
Mr. Chair, make a motion, we approve the 90-day extension on S1335.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, can you just roll call or voice vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 10, administrative items. Mary Ellen, you want to talk about this one?
Sure. This was a request for a expansion of Will parking lot. Chair Hammersley and I talked about it. They requested that we maybe consider an administrative approval, so it'll still run through all of the departments. I spoke to the Chair Hammersley and he was in favor of that. So it's just, they bought an adjacent piece of property and they're just expanding their parking lot.
Yeah. So this, again, I remind the members of the commission, this means that between meetings, I have conversations and occasions where things pop up either during construction or after approval. And this was one of those that came up and how many cars are there? It was like, I say 15, but I might be wrong.
Sure.
I can't remember the number of cars, 16,000 square feet.
Yeah.
I feel like they're 29.
This is one of several or a couple different parking areas in that development, if I remember correctly, right? So, again, I wanted to bring it in the interest of transparency to the other commission members, give you all the opportunity to ask any questions you might have.
Does this have any impact on the complex that's to the east of it?
The exact
There was-
question that I asked.
Because there was
when it brought
a
to
lot
the
of
commission.
discussion initially.
Yes, Commissioner Salka, the exact question that I asked, and I was assured that it was clear through the attorneys for the Mulberry Gardens, I think is over there, right?
Right.
That they were fine with it.
Okay.
It basically was a land swap between the two entities.
Right, because they tore down that house.
Right, that was, and that parcel was owned by Mulberry Gardens.
Right.
And an adjacent parcel was owned by
Yep.
Livewell. So they basically made a swap, but part of the land swap was to demo the house and the utilities, which is where this parking lot.
So that's where the parking lot's going, where that house was demoed.
Correct.
Right now it's gravel.
Correct.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay.
Anything else from anyone?
No.
No, Nick, you good? You waved your hand at me, I didn't know.
Been good.
Okay. Okay, well, we don't need to take any action on that, but just under administrative items, typically we have this for any other discussion commissioners want to have, so is there anything? Seeing none, okay, item number 11, we have one application that's been received and is going to be set up for a public hearing. Do we have any idea when that's going to be, Mary Ellen?
It'll just be, it's not a public hearing, but it just didn't make it in time for
Okay.
us to get it out to staff, so it's just gonna be on for your next agenda.
Yeah, so this was originally approved out there, and it looks like they're changing the square footage
Correct.
and the grading.
Larger square footage than what was requested initially?
Slightly.
Huh?
I think slightly.
Okay.
Right.
More taxes.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. This has got to be a record.
What did you say?
You outdid yourself, sir.
15 minutes, 15 minutes.
I don't think that's the record, though.
I don't think it is either. Well, you know,
Chairman, he had 10.
when
I
you
think
have,
Mike
when you have
Del
one item
Santo
on
will
the
tell you.
agenda, which is the Wendy's, the Wendy's up on.
And even when it's 7, no less.
Yeah.
I forgot I have,
I think Mike has the record.
Sometimes we surprise.
Remember that